All right, so today I'm launching, um, I guess, this channel, technically. This would be considered podcast number one. I say podcast because I don't really know of a better term for it, technically. So I guess to start, I wanted to talk about a little bit of who I am. Then I want to talk about why I'm starting this now, and then basically what to expect, and then kind of go from there, is kind of the rough idea. So my name is Collin Salisbury, and for a long time I have had a mind, I guess you could say, that never stops. Chronic overthinker, deep thinker, and not in an egotistical way. It's just how my brain works, I guess you could say. I've tried to use this in different ways, whether it be starting businesses, leadership capacities, in ministry, and different things. And I haven't really been able to find a certain thing that sticks. And I'm still trying to figure it out. I've been riddled throughout my early adulthood of sporadic existential crisis, if you will, of trying to figure out what my purpose is, what my future holds, my career path, a lot of different thoughts. I still am not quite sure where all that is leading, but I know that if I hold the thoughts in my experience, it only gets worse. You grow, I guess you could say, a hardness of heart. You grow resentful. It's almost like a cancer that eats away at you. And so I'm trying to get the thoughts out in this medium, this platform. I've written in the past, I've tried different mediums, but I want to try my hand at this. Currently, I'm in my late 20s and working two jobs. I'm in a serious relationship. I used to have some hobbies, as you can see from the background with my longboards. I try to be a somewhat avid reader, although you know how that goes. Early adulthood is interesting because you push through different seasons of friendships, different seasons of life, and holding hobbies, holding friendships, different things like that, regardless if you want to or not, a lot of times fall to the wayside and it turns into the monotony of work, chores, bills, and sleep. Perhaps a little bit of Netflix or TikTok or things to numb the stresses that you might experience. And so it's been really weird recently trying to figure out not only some big life questions, but also not really having physical friends around that much. There are a few, and there are some friends that I have from the past that are a phone call away, and that can be helpful, but to not have solid relationships around you, friendships. My family is solid, but friendships that you can have fun with, that you can confide in, different things like that. There are just different relational dynamics at hand in early adulthood, in my 20s, that have been hard because as you emerge into adulthood, a lot of stuff changes. And so that might potentially be a topic in the future. So why now? I have been wanting to do this for a long time, and I finally have the not only the equipment, but I also feel like the mindset now. There was a season for the last, say, well, really since COVID, to be honest, or even before that. I graduated undergrad in 2018, tried my hand at ministry for a couple years. COVID happened, tried my hand at ministry again. It's been a journey. And throughout all of that, my mindset wasn't really correct, I would say. And I feel like I'm just now getting to the point of having the confidence in my own convictions to be able to speak forthrightly and in truth, and hopefully that can help other people. Obviously, if you can't tell from that previous quote, I am heavily influenced by Jordan Peterson. I also went to the undergrad variant of seminary and have been involved in ministry and regularly go to church. And so, leading into the final part of this video as an intro to the ethos of this channel, what you can expect moving forward is theocentric Christian doctrine on social commentary. But not only that. Obviously, at the core, that is what I believe, but I think there is room for philosophical thought with Peterson's commentaries. I think there's room for experiential stories, I guess you could say, and mantras that might not be explicitly biblical, but also not explicitly antithetical to Scripture. Politically, I may speak on different things in the future, but I try not to really get into those swamps because it just gets messy. Although there are some different things sociologically where I feel as though we are almost, if not completely, to the point of being an Orwellian society, a pagan culture, a post modern, post Christian, post church world that is realizing that when Nietzsche declared the death of God, maybe that wasn't the answer, and we're actually seeing a great revival in the Christian church as we speak. So I will be speaking on politics, church, life, relationships, psychology, and the works. I hope that this adventure is as beneficial to others as some of the different influencers and voices that I listen to personally have been in my life. I saw Jordan Peterson a little while ago, and during his talk, something that stuck with me is that he started the conversation by clarifying that, according to his approximation, the root of question is quest. And the idea is that when you ask a question, you're trying to travail the idea path, and sometimes you don't know where the answer lies, but you have to walk down the path to find it. He also went into the idea of the Abrahamic father being the voice of adventure in Scripture. And so, as I start this journey, this quest, this adventure, I hope that it will be beneficial to others, that it'll be glorifying to God, that someone else can benefit from my thoughts, and potentially I could learn something along the way as well. This is the start, and we will see where the quest goes.